Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Be blessed and peace of God upon you. Today we are going to have some different type of lecture. Actually, many organizations, universities, and some institutions offer seminars on success. And thousands and hundreds of people pay a lot of money to be successful, to have some rights and have some classes to be successful in business, in private life, in family, etc. But we are going to introduce something unique. We are going to talk about success from the point of Islamic point of view. So I want your eyes be open, your ears be open, and of course, the most important, your heart be open during the lecture. My name is Serzhan. I'm from Hong Kong, Turkish Islamic Culture and Welfare Study, and the topic, as I had mentioned before, is Islam rules to success. So there are some definitions actually. Yeah, before to start this lecture, I want you to forget about the stereotype that we have. For sure, even some Muslims, they have certain stereotypes. These kind of stereotypes don't allow us to learn everything in the true way. So I hope you will not be stereotyped, and as I have said before, open your mind and heart and try to understand success from the Islamic point of view. So, definition by the dictionaries. I have searched different dictionaries and what kind of definition they've made about success. They say that attaining money, rich, wealth, and position, it's what was defined like to be success. But is it really truly success? So we will try to understand it. If this definition that given by English dictionaries is true, why suicide the most reason in the Western developed countries? I'm not talking about just countries. I'm talking about developed countries. And the suicide and this kind of crime is very often in these kind of countries. So are they really successful? If we will refer to the definition that was in the beginning, to attaining wealth and power and status, are they really successful in this meaning? In other statistics, the wealthy nations suffer from different diseases. For example, United States, they have half of the population have problem with stress, and they are really unhappy. If they want to go to sleep, they should I learned from the journal that every second European citizen use some drugs to go to sleep, to have sleep. So they are very stressful, they have so many problems, though they can't sleep during the night. So are they really happy and are they really successful? Even if they have wealth, power, status, and position. So we'd like to change it and make this definition in a true way, what the success is, in complete meaning. So, what about success in Islam? For sure, success, the word success has a broader meaning in Islam than in other religion, thoughts, and philosophies. According to Islam, success is not only related to this world. In Islam, success means something that make you to be successful in this world and hereafter together. It has a broader meaning. And real success, according to Islam, is peace, inner peace inside of you. When you are really happy, when you are really successful inside of you. And of course, it is attained by obeying laws and limitation given by God. So, real success in inner peace. There is a ayat, the sentence in Quran that really should make us the statement of success. What is the meaning of success truly in Islam? Illa bi dhikrillah tatma'innu qulub. It says that truly, in remembering God, our hearts find the rest. When we remember the one who has created us, when we follow his rules, then our hearts are really happy. And in other words, there is other ayats from the Quran that also teach us to be successful. When people turn away from the truth, from Quran and the law of God, they turn away from the way of happiness and fulfillment. So that is why many people, even if they are so rich, they are so popular, many Hollywood stars and Bollywood stars and other stars, they are really wealthy, they have the higher position in society, but still they commit suicide, and still they are not so happy in inner world. For example, Cat Stevens, he was very popular in 80s. He was very popular music icon, but and during this time he earned $150,000 per night, and he was extremely popular. But he was not happy. He was not really successful. So when he converted to Islam, and you know that he became Yusuf Islam, he realized that then after accepting Islam and understanding this religion, he really became successful and happy. So what's just one of the examples from those people who are defining to be successful before. Yeah, I would like to explain success in Islam on the different pillars. Actually, they are derived from the surahs of Quran. First of all, the winning strategy, spiritual strength, hard work, remind each other what is good, what's bad. Perseverance, that is be patient. Choosing communities to be in community, brotherhood, love, and family, etc. Choosing communities and talk back. I would like to have your feedback about what's the success and what kind of ideas do you have about this. So, the winning strategy. They know this Surah Asr in Quran. It's chapter 103 that states, what Asr, by time. Wow here in this letter means I swear by this time, by time. It's word of Allah. Subhanahu. The human being is indeed in the loss. They are really unhappy. Except إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا, those who believe, they are not in this loss position. Those who do good deeds, who do good works. Support one another with the truth and support one another with the perseverance. They suggest one another to be on the true way, truth, and they suggest one another to be passionate. Actually, it was just translation of this surah. But now we will try to understand what the message of Quran and what's the message of these ayats indeed. From the words of Mufassirins, those who explain the meaning of, actually, when we read translation of Quran, it's not complete. It's just word translation. That's the literal translation. But when you try to understand the explanation, you understand deeply what is the message of these ayats, what is the message of the sentences. So we'd like to go to each word to understand what is the success in Islam. So what are the words first? Before everything, we see that doing nothing is not good strategy. We should do something. Actually, the first step, that is an inside-out approach. What does it mean, inside-out approach? It's to start from yourself. I will explain one story. My teacher in madrasa in Istanbul explained to me once time. It's really affected me. It was so impressive that time. He said one man decided to change the world, and he spent almost 10 years to change the world, but he was not successful. he already spent 10 years. And he said, okay, I would like to change my community. And he spent 5 years to change his community. And said, oh, okay, I can't change my community. At least I can change my family. And he spent some years to change the family. But he was not successful. And he was really upset. He almost spent 15 or 20 years already. And he said, okay, at least I can change myself. And you know what was the result? When he changed himself, the world changed. And he realized that, oh my God, that was a reason, that was an approach. If I change myself, I can see that my family changes, community, and the world. So it's always better to start from yourself. Don't look at this kind of man 15, 20 years. Just start from yourself. Use the most successful way, the most successful method. Actually, our prophets mentioned a lot about it. Always start from yourself. If you explain something to other people, maybe you will explain and try to suggest them something that you are not experiencing, you will not be successful. So start from yourself. So first method in success in Islam, start from yourself. Everything from yourself, so other people can see that, and you will see that community, the world will be changed. You will see it immediately. So, yeah, do you remember in the beginning we had some word by time, والعصر. حافظ على الصلوات والصلاة الوسطى. This time of the day is very important in Islam, Asr. By time, Allah swears by time. What does it mean? So I will go to the explanation of this surah. Remember I said translation is not enough to understand the surah. So we go deep. Yeah, so it was mentioned the time. Actually, measure of success is not money. Measure of success is not status. Measure of success from these ayats we can understand from this sentence that how do you allocate this time. So, because every person allocated the same day, you know, we have 24 hours a day, and each of you have 24 hours a day. The most successful of us, that one who used these 24 hours more efficient. So success starts from you and how you allocate this time. Yeah, it doesn't matter your background. All of us has the same days. Our life contains from month from weeks, and weeks from days, weeks from hours. We have the same hours. My hour contains 60 minutes, the same as you. So the way how we use this time is very important. Yeah, spiritual strength. Actually, all this sentences in this surah explains strengths, spiritual strengths. Later, you can understand it better. I will give you examples from the psychological point of view why spiritual part is very important. Actually, let's move to another part so you can, this one. Be smart to attain the real success. I know that one of the psychologists, his name is Maslow, he created a theory of pyramid of needs. Basically, this pyramid explains that basically everyone has some basic biological needs to eat, to drink, to sleep, like animals. We are also animals. We also drink, we sleep, and etc. We have also some biological needs. But some people are not satisfied with it. They want to have something more. So they go to safety. They want to have shelter. They want to have work. They want to guarantee the next day. They are happy when they are safe. And they are happy with it. But some people are not happy yet, even if they have family, they have shelter, they have food, and they can sleep. No, they are not happy. They go to another level, social. They want to have friends, community, relatives, and then when they have all those things, they feel that they are happy. Some people have more needs. So So it seems like to have good career, good education, etc. They feel that on this level they are successful. But what is the top of these pyramids? The top is self-actualization. Actually, when I was a student, I couldn't understand this self-actualization very well. Professor taught a lot about this master theory, etc. When I started to study religion, I understood this self-actualization more clearly. Self-actualization means when you find yourself, when you find something that really makes you happy. Maybe donation, maybe some charity, maybe, not maybe, but be spiritual. Because every one of us have spiritual needs. For sure, to continue our life, we need some food, drink, and we will have to sleep. But also we have soul, we have spiritual body, not just the physical. So if this spiritual body also needs something, we should pray, we should remember the Creator. So the most successful person is the one who are in the top of this pyramid. The person who tried to increase its spiritual values. So I congratulate you. Comparison with all cities of Hong Kong, you decided to increase your spiritual part. So let's go forward and try to explain this surah that we had in the beginning. We will explain all the parts, all the words. There was Amil Salihat, those who do good deeds and etc. Amil. So it means we should do something, and something means to do something good, right? So actually we have remember I said be out of your stereotypes. When we look at the modern Muslims, we see that they are not so hardworking, but actually our religion teach to be more, to work hard. Why? Because when you work, you actually, it's like you make your obligation to your family. You should care about your children, family, community. You should work hard because you are not alone. And there is one story from Quran that says, actually, you know, Maryam, radiallahu anha, she is the mother of Jesus, Isa alayhi salam. She demanded food from God. She wanted to eat something. And what was the response of Allah? You know? He said, shake this tree so this fruit will fall down and you can eat this one. But he could just send this food ready for her. He could do that. But he wanted her to make some efforts, to do something that you can use these fruits. He said, go and shake this tree. So these fruits will fall down and you can eat. So what is the message from these ayahs? Before asking Allah for success in certain work and deeds, we should do something and then say, Allah, I did something like this, I need success from you. Tawfiq min Allah, that means success from Allah. It's also sentence from Quran. So, do we really do something before we ask Allah or ask the God to be successful? So what are the main characteristics of the Muslim? Is to be hard worker. What is the obligation of believer? To be a hard working person. Because Allah wants us to be hard worker. And remind each other in the tawassul bil haq, remind each other, suggest each other truth. Actually, in these ayahs of Quran, you can easily understand that Allah wants some nation, some group of people to suggest one another good deeds, suggest the truth and kindness, and deter from evil. Actually, what is the problem? Especially in Hong Kong, we need oxygen. Actually, our brains to work need some oxygen, no? So I want your brain to work. Okay. So does it work? use natural air condition, okay? So, yeah. So, what is the problem, especially with this part of the world? What is the problem of these unfortunately, with Hong Kongers? Everyone has his ego or her ego, and everyone wants to try to think only about himself. There's a main problem. Our religion and the God wants us to think not only about ourselves, not only about our ego, but also about our family, our neighbors, our relatives, and community around us. Because He has created person in the community. We was born in this society, we are part of this community, so as a believer, we should communicate, we should be part of the society. So we should suggest each other good deeds and good truth. Perseverance actually is like suggesting one another passion, to be passionate. You know, one of the problem with many those people who fail in their business, they are not passionate. They don't know how to be passionate. They don't know how to wait. They don't know how to overcome some problems. Actually, all the stress, all the problems in business, in daily life, in our family, if we can understand each other, it means we don't have passion. So, another method of success that is derived from the ayats of Quran is to be passionate and suggest each other. When your brother is very angry, you can say, brother, be passionate. So you will be successful in this, I don't know, work or family relationship. So, choosing communities. Say who's your friend, I will say who you are. You know this word, right? Actually, to be in the community is the most important part of the religion. When you are in the community, actually, our religion, Islam, teach us to have brotherhood. Teach us to be in the community, to love each other. وَلَا تَدْخُلُونَ الْجَنَّةَ. You will not enter the paradise حَتَّى تُؤْمِنُوا, until you will not believe. وَلَا تُؤْمِنُوا, you will not be believer حَتَّى تَحَابُوا, until you will love each other. So Allah's Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he suggests us to love each other. Then we will have strong beliefs, and with this faith, we can go to the paradise. So everything he connects to the love, respect, and admire. So we are still talking about one surah of Quran. Can you imagine how many surahs in the Quran and how many messages they contain? So let's go forward. Yeah, I want to ask you some questions. Who is a successful person for you? I mean, when you hear this word successful man, who comes to your mind? Can you say anyone? When I heard this word, it reminds me of this person, and because he is very super. Can you say someone who is successful for you? For example, let's start from this young man. Actually, it's part of our lecture. You should say something else.
Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs. Okay. Why?
Because he changed the technological.
So technological changes. Can you say someone else?
I would say that the first one. Yes.
Oh, the same. Can you say someone who is really successful for you as a person?
Well, I cannot think of any now, but for most of the Hong Kong people, if you ask, they would say Li Ka-shing in Hong Kong is the most successful because he has set up this business enterprise all over the world. When he started from scratch, when he was very young, he was very poor, and now he is so rich in the world. So if you ask Hong Kong people, they will say Li Ka-shing.
Remember the third definition.
It doesn't mean it's
Yeah. Okay. I mean, it's common. Everyone thinks like this.
Yeah.
So remember the first definition, the attainment of wealth and position, etc. It was defined by dictionary, but actually, this dictionary was written by people, right? So they accept success as attaining some wealth, some financial status, some position. So, but I would like to introduce you someone who is really successful. He's a part of actually he was mentioned as the most successful person in the history of mankind. So let's try to understand why he is so successful. Yeah, actually our first speaker was right about that. Michael Hart investigated all the people in the history. Try to understand why they are so popular. What makes them to be so, famous even after 10 or I don't know, thousands of years, they are still very popular. Why they are so successful? And by listing those more influential and successful men in the history, he's not Muslim. He's not Muslim, but he was. He made research based on the facts, on the historical books, and found that the most influential person, the man in the history, the most successful one was Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, may peace and blessed God. So, yeah, even if he's a Christian, and he explains in his book, I'm actually Christian, I really love Jesus, he said. But I can't ignore the fact that the person who has changed the world was Muhammad. Because he was leader as a